Protect and serve. Austin police officers are some of the emergency responders you are most likely to interact with each day out on the road or at a crime scene. But numbers KXAN investigator Kevin Clark uncovered show as of the end of March, fewer than half of officers, just 49%, had been vaccinated against COVID-19 through the city, despite months of access to vaccines.
Ken Cassidy says it was an important day for him back in December, the day he got his first COVID-19 shot. Now fully vaccinated, the police union president is planning a summer trip to Hawaii.
I'm looking forward to getting out and traveling and, being safe, but getting out and living my life.
Some first responders in Austin are getting the COVID-19 vaccine this week.
At the end of last year, we told you Austin police officers could start getting the vaccine through the Austin Public Safety Wellness Center. The city prioritized them, along with other first responders.
I'm actually quite excited about it. Glad to get it done.
APD tells us it is a hub under Austin Public Health, operating 5 days a week with blocks of appointments every 30 minutes. The partially city-funded wellness center still gives the shots.
Officers were allowed to sign up, and I think everyone that has wanted to be vaccinated has been vaccinated.
So you'd say this has been pretty widely available?
I had no officers complaining that they couldn't get a vaccine.
Despite that, APD says just 49% of its officers received the vaccine. We asked the department whether it encourages its employees to get the shot. A spokesperson told us APD does not in any way attempt to influence the decision its officers make regarding the vaccine, saying it makes opportunities available and leaves it up to the officers.
I got the vaccine. I believe in vaccines, but I also have friends at the department that are non-vaxxers.
As union president, Cassidy says he has spoken to dozens of officers about his experience. He says there is hesitation among some in the department, but also strongly believes it is a personal choice.
I think it's just not trusting a vaccine that came out over a short period of time, or what they perceived as a short period of time. I don't necessarily agree with it, but as far as I'm concerned, it's none of my business.
In other large Texas cities, it's not always easy to find how many officers are vaccinated. In San Antonio, we found the number of vaccinated officers is close to Austin's, just under 50%, but the most recent numbers available were from the end of January. Dallas and Fort Worth police tell us they don't keep a strict count, though Fort Worth did say 20% of both sworn and civilian employees reported getting the shot in a voluntary survey. Houston PD told us to file a public information request for its numbers, which are still pending.
I would suggest that it should be another metric maybe that we track.
Back in Austin this week, I asked Public Safety Commissioner Rebecca Weber about our findings and if the city is considering those numbers when it looks at the bigger police picture. Weber brought the issue up at the commission's meeting this week, asking APD leadership to see first responder vaccination rates presented in quarterly reports moving forward.
Particularly, I guess, concerned about sworn because I have the sense that they interact with the public more often.
But even with officers working among the public each day, Cassidy tells us if they follow other safety precautions, the risk should be low.
It's something that I think about, but as long as you have the proper PPE on, I don't feel like you're a danger to people.
These numbers do not include officers who may have gotten the vaccine on their own, such as through their own doctor. The city hasn't tracked those numbers. But compare the amount publicly available for APD with other emergency responders in the city, and it shows officers may have a lower vaccination rate. The Austin Fire Department says 65% of its employees are vaccinated, and Austin Travis County EMS says 86% of its sworn employees are vaccinated as well. And if anyone is hesitant about getting the vaccine because of sick leave and pay, AFD says the city is covering vaccine side effects as an on-the-job illness. Kevin Clark, KXAN Investigates.
A spokesperson for the city of Austin says it encourages all its employees to get vaccinated, but will not require the shot, and says that there aren't plans to introduce a vaccine passport. We'll continue to follow and report any updated first responder vaccination numbers from the Public Safety Commission. For a closer look at the vaccine rates in Kevin's investigation, check out our data features within this story in the investigative section of our website, KXAN.com.